Okay, so this is just a quick demo of the SenseEgg system that I developed for my final project at the Bournemouth University Music and Audio Technology degree course. Here is the SenseEgg. It's an egg-shaped device which is wireless, and it features 5 different sensors: a button, a distance sensor, inside is an accelerometer, there's also a wind sensor in the hole in the bottom, and a slider on the back like you'd find on an audio mixer. This data is then sent wirelessly to the receiver here, which is an XB on an XB Explorer, and I've got it running into Max MSP on the computer. Here's the main GUI that I've designed for it, and this is also using Mira or Myra, however you want to pronounce it, to so that I can use the iPad as a controller for it as well. So if I turn the egg on and the audio on, there we go, get a little burst of audio. And if we start off with intro to SenseEgg, this is just a little patch that shows the different features of the SenseEgg. So if I move my hand over his eyes, you can see that he knows I'm there. Same with the button on top of his head, movement, we'll pick up the movement, and slider on the back will be picked up, and inside the wind sensor I won't do that because it might make a whoosh on the camera. If I put it up to the numbers, you can see there they are streaming in. So distance sensor, button, X, Y and Z, wind, and the potentiometer on the back there. If you move that, you can see it moving. I wanted to design different patches that relate to musical content, and also a little bit of storytelling, because it was aimed at children with special needs and getting them to engage in different themes around music. So if I go to picture, what's on the screen there will be mirrored by the iPad, and we can press the button to turn the sound on, turn it on or off, and control the pitch with our hand and the distance sensor. The next one was Wobbleg, which is much the same principles as picture. See, it's popped up on the screen there. It's popped up on there. But this one you have to hold down the button. A little Myra crash, so we'll load that again. So if you hold down it and shake it, there we go. And you can move the slider on the back down to change the pitch. And move it back up. So that was that one. So we go back to the main menu. And then there was the farm, which I wanted to show a little bit of storytelling. So in this one, you can assign any one of the inputs to a predetermined sound. This one has farm sounds. There we go. So the birds are, if you can see, get some, there we go, on the distance. Just touch the screen. On the distance is the birds. So if I now waft over, you'll hear the birds. And then if I turn those birds off and we put the chickens on the movement, then as soon as we move, it's only on one axis, hence why that's more responsive. And we have the horses on the button, so if I look at this screen as well, you can see. Ignore the crow. The crow decides to crow when he wants to. There's the horses. On the wind sensor, we do have a crow there, so you can hear that. What else? Oh, on the slider, we have a tractor. So if I now move the slider, you can see on the screen, the tractor goes across. Unfortunately, that doesn't display on the iPad. That's a bit of a support issue with scripting in Mira. So that's that one, and then back to the main menu, and the final piece of the puzzle was play the drums, which we can choose which input we want to assign to the sound. So we can choose distance, and we can turn that on, it's working, or we can turn it off, obviously, and we can assign that to kick. We can change that to snare. We can change that to crash. It's picking me up because I am sat in the picture. It's better. And you can do this for any of the inputs and pick a different output. So pick two very similar there. Okay, kick. So yeah, you can. It's quite difficult to do with one hand. And then you can choose a beats per minute. We'll stick to 120, and we can loop that. So if I hold my hand in there now, it will just loop that sound at 120 beats per minute. If I change that up to, let's go crazy, 800, then you should hear quite a horrible sound, but yeah, that's cool. And also you got the normal amount of selecting the different types of input. So they're the different things you can do with Play the Drums. And that is a small introduction to the SenseEgg system. Wowza, still left that on there.